This is the L2C Media Network, and this is the L2C Sports Finale with Steve the Baxman Baxley, presented by the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer, and here he is. He ain't heavy. He's rather light. Here's Steve the Baxman Baxley. All right, how's you doing, everybody? Welcome, one and all to the Corsican Ball of Light, Love, and the Pursuit of someone named Courtney. Anyway, 92 degrees was the high here in Jackson. It is now a very chilly 80 degrees. Anyway, we welcome you. And before we do anything else, I hope you don't mind. I must do this for a moment here. You do know we do publicize this broadcast. Be on for 45 minutes. We'll end at about maybe 1:05. But here we go. We be fast, we be slow. I got to put up a little apology. So let me just do that whilst I tell you that today we've got some major blockbuster sports news. There is a chance that baseball may be back. Yawn. Okay. Geez. Hey, I just typed something.
Safe drivers do save 40%. And with auto insurance reform comes the summer, you'll have a lot of options. That means your rates can be even lower. But your standards don't have to be. Don't wait until July. Contact the local.
Welcome back, everybody. Joining us now is the... It's good to be here. I mean, whenever
excuse me for a little moment here. I have to make a correction. See, now the L2C Sports Final on YouTube.com/Lugnut6 is on right now, which it is. Okay, so we're just waiting for the queue to post. And there we go. Post. We're now on. We're now live. We face no uncertainty. Then again, have we ever faced uncertainty in a certain world? Hey. Okay, let's get to it. We'll get to our developing story shortly. We have two developing stories, as a matter of fact. Our association have been playing the ultimate tennis match, and now literally it has come down to numbers, not dollars, but how many games they're going to play this season to actually save the baseball season, or in fact, to tell you the truth, to save baseball from further 60 games of a, let's just say it, shrunk 2020 Major League Baseball season took another turn yesterday, Friday. According to a statement from the Major League Baseball Players Association players, here's that statement in full. MLB has informed the association that it will not respond to our last proposal and will not play more than 60 games. Our executive board will convene in the near future to determine next steps. Importantly, players remain committed to getting back to work as soon as possible. Now, baseball recently offered the union a 60-game season rated pay for players in exchange for expanded playoffs in 2020 and 2021, and a pledge not to file a grievance against owners. Now, some owners, and perhaps Commissioner Rob Manfred, believe that his recent face-to-face meeting with union head Tony Clark ended with an agreement. However, that was not the case, and players counter-proposed a 70-game regular season. To hear MLB tell it, owners aren't budging again after making their first real concession for the first time throughout all of this. Hallelujah! John Heyman reports that the players will likely vote later today whether to accept the most recent offer of 60 games or allow Manfred to set the schedule per the March 26 agreement, which player compensation for 2020 was agreed upon. In that argument, players granted Manfred the power to implement a schedule of his and the owner's choosing, so long as prorated salaries were paid based upon the number of regular season games. Also, according to Heyman, Manfred will indeed set a schedule of 50 to 60 games if the players vote no on the 60-game proposal. In turn, though, the players would almost surely not agree to expand the current 10-team playoff structure, which ownership wants to grow to 16 teams. Now, assuming this isn't just management posturing, it is now the players' decision to make. That would mean accepting the 60-game offer with playoffs expanded to 16 teams for 2020 and 2021, or to allow Manfred to force a season with the old playoff format, their right to file grievance intact, in 50 to 60 games. Now, it's worth noting that owners were supposedly done negotiating at a prior juncture and unwilling to grant full prorated salaries in keeping with the March agreement. Manfred and Clark's meeting, however, marked a restart. Given the whipsaw trajectory of these negotiations, recall that Manfred guaranteed a season before days later expressing doubt that a season would take place. It's perhaps too much to say that this is the final twist, the final bit of the enchilada. Players previously said they'd be willing to play per terms of the March agreement under Manfred's chosen structure. Tell us when and where was the messaging and rallying cry as players signaled the first end to negotiations. That option now appears to be one of two paths remaining for the 2020 season. Oh, let us hope! God, let us hope! All right, let's. And speaking of which, COVID-19 has struck again. You're going to love this, kids. Oh, boy. Following an outbreak of COVID-19, or, to pair quote, the coronavirus, not the Corona beer, coronavirus, at multiple spring training facilities, baseball reportedly will close all facilities in Arizona and Florida immediately for cleaning. Players and staff will be allowed to return to those facilities only after they test negative for COVID-19. Bob Nightingale of USA Today first reported the story on Friday, and Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic has since blessed it like the Pope of baseball writers that he is. The Phillies confirmed 8 positive tests among players and staff at their Florida facility, while the Blue Jays closed their nearby facilities after a pitcher on the 40-man roster presented COVID-19 symptoms. The Astros, who also train in Florida, announced that a player at their Palm Beach facility tested positive several days ago and is recovering after experiencing mild symptoms. Now, in Arizona, the Giants closed their facilities after, in the words of the president of baseball operations, Farhan Zadi, one person who has been in the facility and one family member exhibited mild symptoms and were tested. The Rangers closed their training complex as a precaution. Major League Baseball and the Players Union are still working to sort out the deets on the format for the 2020 season, but increasing COVID-19 caseloads in a number of locations vital to Major League Baseball have perhaps become the greater impediment to getting baseball going again. In response to Friday's events, Major League Baseball is reportedly revisiting the bubble idea from the spring, in which all teams will play in a single city or region. If these case spikes continue in places like Florida, Arizona, and Texas, home to a total of 5 MLB franchises, then the bubble approach may reemerge as the most viable option. In the Blue Jays instance, their spring facilities might have been in line to host games in the event that Canadian COVID-19 policies will now allow the team to play at the Rogers Center. Now, if nothing else, the news on Friday made it less likely that a 2020 season will take place, and that's why Major League Baseball is taking some very aggressive immediate steps to address the outbreaks at multiple facilities. So once again, everything good. I want to remind you right now that on our companion company, YouTube, obviously, on YouTube tonight, of course, Lost Blaney, the interwebs, Drex, it's Ty Beard, it's Nick Ricada, and possibly, dare we say it, Lady Rackets. It's a Friday meeting of the minds, which means only one thing. With Drex in it, there are going to be some wild shenanigans. So they're on right now. If you would like to view that, it's on the Ricada Law channel on YouTube, just like this show. But we hope you don't go away because it's a very interesting show tonight. Okay, we'll take most of the show to talk about it, but here on the L2C, we'll make it work. If a 2020 Major League Baseball season comes to pass, then the game on the field might look unrecognizable to longtime fans of the game at the big league level. Already, it seems like that a universal DH and advertising on jerseys will be in place, and if players and owners reach a negotiated settlement, aka an accord, on the structure of the 2020 season, then the playoffs will likely expand to 16 teams. Now, Bob Nightingale of USA Today reports that the two sides have discussed the possibility of games ending in ties and changing the format of extra innings. Here's what the man wrote. Quote, the two sides agreed in their proposal this week, obtained by USA Today Sports, that they will adopt the minor league rule in 2020 that every inning after the ninth will start with a runner on second base. In the postseason, games will revert back to traditional rules. Now, the union also wants to discuss with Major League Baseball the possibility of changing the substitution rules in extra innings, allowing players to re-enter the game, among other possibilities. Now, should Major League Baseball and the players decide to move forward with the season, and should the COVID-19 pandemic allow it to be played, then the calendar will be a compressed one, likely with few days off and multiple scheduled doubleheaders. As such, something like a 17-inning night game could seriously complicate matters. These steps would help avoid such a scenario. As Nightingale notes, however, such changes could be considered beyond the 2020 season, but for now, only 2020 is being discussed. MLB won't be flying blind with these measures, as the affiliated minor leagues have started each extra inning with a runner on second. Per Nightingale, that change has already been agreed to, and perhaps calling regular season game ties after a certain number of innings would provide another layer of protection against those 5 and 6 hour slogs that pop up multiple times per year. Now, taking such steps for 2020 is certainly understandable given the schedule constraints, but traditionalists will likely push back if these changes are made permanent. And that is your Major League Baseball news that you can use to help you be amused. All right. Let's keep going, folks. We're going to make it to 105. We're going to make it big. So here we go. In other sports news,
Well, given that we're in election year
oops.
right now,
I'll probably hear it from CBS. So I've toned it down. Don't get me on this. I've toned it down. So keep watching. A highly ranked tennis parted ways with the Vols on Friday, and again plans to play for one of their SEC East rivals. 4-star class of 2021 defensive back Kamar Wilcoxon The 6'1", 183-pound Coxon had been committed to Tennessee since April 27th when he helped to jumpstart a run of 14 commitments in less than a month that lifted the Vols to number 2 nationally in the 24/7 Sports Composite Team rankings for the 2021 class. Now, after his departure, Tennessee slipped to number 3 nationally in aforementioned rankings. The Vols are left with 23 known commitments, including at least 3 projected defensive backs. Will Coxon, who has accepted an invitation to play in the 2021 Under Armour All-American game in Orlando, Florida, is ranked by 24/7 Sports as the number 247th overall prospect and number 17 safety in the 2021 class. He had said Tennessee was recruiting him to play cornerback. The Atlanta area native, who previously played 19, he again committed to them in July 2019 before reopening his recruitment again on March 26, a little more than a month before he committed to Tennessee. And after Meyer admitting earlier this week to Go Vols 247 that he was still giving the Gators legitimate consideration, he announced Friday that he's officially back in Florida's good graces and lovely arms. He continued to refer to Florida as his dream school by being committed to the Vols. To the University of Florida, the school and his staff have never stopped recruiting me. Throughout the rough parts of my recruitment, they never turned on me, and that shows a lot. I cannot wait to live out my dream of playing in the swamp in front of the best fans in the world. To the University of Florida, for good. I wonder if also the Florida folk no longer singing the Gator Bait song had anything say to do with it. We carry on. Why do we carry on? Because we want to. We have some golfing news for all of you folks out there in golf video land and that is when we will be seeing Oval. Actually, not 1 o'clock, 1:15. Okay, that'd be about an hour or so, wouldn't it? Okay, apparently our connection is unstable. And so now we're back. Hey, how are you? Good to have you with us. Okay, hit back. For the first time since the PGA Tour restarted at COVID-19. The PGA Tour confirmed on Friday during the second round, the RBC Heritage in Hilton Head, that Nick Watney was the positive test. He has since withdrawn from the event. And after consulting with a physician, was administered a test and found to be positive. Quote, Nick will have the PGA Tour's full support throughout his self-isolation and recovery period under CDC guidelines for the health and well-being of all associated with the tournament and those within the community. The tour has begun implementing its response plan in consultation with medical experts, including working with those who may have had close contact with Nick. Unfortunately, at some point on Friday, despite indicating those symptoms and getting tested, Watney was seen on the grounds at Harbortown Golf Link, according to Rory McIlroy. Watney shot 74 on Thursday and was grouped with Vaughn Taylor and Luke List on day one. Taylor told ESPN, I got the news at the turn, so I was a little shocked, to be honest. Heartstar caddies and personnel tested with no positive tests coming back. After that event, many of the players who are playing in the Heritage this week took a tour-chartered flight from Fort Worth to Hilton Head. Watney was not among those players, however. The tour announced that another 369 people tested negative prior to this week's event. Watney will now likely enter quarantine with an assist from the PGA Tour, according to the guidelines that may be notified. The PGA Tour went on hiatus in the middle of March until last week's event at Colonial because of the COVID-19 pandemic. A comprehensive plan was put together by the tour in the interim as it became one of the first major sports, especially in the U.S., to return to competition. Testing is done on site at these tournaments, and no fans will be allowed in for another month when up to 8,000 will be admitted to the Memorial Tournament in Columbus, Ohio. Liston and Taylor and their caddies were tested after the round today. We should know their results. Okay, we got we'll also be talking about tomorrow on the sports show, as well as on Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut. It is big, it is huge, and we got it. Okay. Okay, I wish I found a... No, I can't drink beer when it's still hot. Remember, kids, always drink safe. Always drink safely. And always remember to brush your teeth after every meal. Some of us do forget that. Waha. Anyway, let's continue this little program with more of a pronouncement, if we may. And here it is. I have no idea what I'm going to do. No, yes, I do. And it is called, we've already done the commercial bit, and I want to get at least 45 minutes of this broadcast done. So we are about 21 minutes away from ending our little broadcast for tonight. I want to remind you that tomorrow we will be on the air probably around 11:45. And I tell you, it is a huge day here. We have some developing news, and it will be lovelyly expanded on, not only on Wrestle Anime Hut, but on our sportscast. In fact, we are going to break that developing news. And this is big. The shockwaves continue over a wow. It has literally just toppled the world of professional wrestling. Some news, indeed, as the wrestling community is rocked as several stars get accused of sexual misconduct. Now, among those that have been accused are people like Jimmy Havoc of AEW. Read to you all the story here. But because of our time limitations, we will not be able to give you all of it. Many women are speaking out against men in the wrestling industry with accusations of sexual assault. With Matt Riddle being the latest, several other wrestlers have also been accused, including NXT UK's Wolfgang, independent wrestler Joey Ryan, wrestling's Michael Elgin. In the case of Ryan, it's sexual assault, while Elgin is accused of sending unwanted photos of his genitalia, and Wolfgang of a just bon mot, some of them. Another set of Elgin, Michael Elgin. Who wants to see Michael Elgin's bleep pic? I still have the convo unwanted photo and emails he tried to send me under a fake name in 2016. Jordan Grace tried to help me bring this to light when his first scandal came out, but the wrestling media didn't care. Hashtag speaking out. One woman said of Joey Ryan, quote, "Hey, y'all, one time I was picking up Joey Ryan from the port, and he groped my thigh and chest while I was driving. Tried to get me to go to his hotel room and then kiss me to convince me to do so. I told the promoter of the show, who was also the man responsible for a good amount of my training because I was attending his school at the time. I was doing the airport pickup for Ryan and said about this, and he said he was so sorry that he felt terrible that he put me in danger like that. The promoter promised that he would never book Joey Ryan again. Lo and behold, a year and a half later, he booked him. I can't believe I trusted him." Wow. Among others accused, as we said, and we'll talk about this also tomorrow, but on this broadcast we will do tonight and tomorrow. But Wow. You got Matt Riddle and of course we did say Jimmy Havoc from AEW. Ligero actually harassing an independent wrestler named Natalie Sykes. Notable NXT UK superstars including Ligero, Joe Coffey, Jordan Devlin, and Travis Banks. A number of female wrestlers have taken to social media to speak out about the abuse they've suffered while working in the British wrestling scene, among others. There's also been an accusation that Jim Cornette and his wife, while Jim Cornette was still with OVW, had a little no-no. And a lot of wrestlers, a lot of wrestling organizations are releasing some statements. David Starr, of course, is another accused of sexual assault by a former girlfriend. Others, for example, Suede Thompson and NWA exec vice president David Lagana. Wow. Now, the allegations against Lagana, who previously worked for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and the WWE, were made by Liz Savage, a former independent wrestler who frequently wrestled in Southern California. Her statement, her story, is very interesting, as are the others. We'll bring them to you as well. Now, the NWA, which Lagana was the main force behind and handled most of the duties, issued the following statement today. Pursuant to allegations made by pro wrestler Liz Savage on her Twitter account, NWA Vice President Dave Lagana has resigned his position effective immediately, as well as all production of NWA content, including those on YouTube, is temporarily halted pending a restructuring of executive management positions. Now, Joey Ryan, who wrestles for Impact and promotes bar wrestling, has been accused of misconduct by Corinne Mink, who worked for the independent promotion WrestlePro in New Jersey. In a Twitter post, Mink stated that she picked up Joey Ryan from the airport, and, well, we've read her story. In a follow-up tweet, Mink clarifies that she was way more devastated by the actions of WrestlePro than Joey Ryan, and she was too scared to say the company's name before. No dates were mentioned for the incident, but Joey Ryan appeared on a WrestlePro event on March 5th, 2016, and then next appeared for the promotion on March 11th, 2017. Now, while he has not made any public statements in regards to the allegations as of the time we go on the air, Impact Wrestling's parent company, Anthem, released the following statement to the folks at SoCalUncensored.com. Quote, "It is a core value of the Anthem organization that we conduct our business with respect and integrity, providing a safe and secure work environment for our employees and performers. We are following carefully the various allegations being made through social media and are reviewing all incidents involving Impact Wrestling talent and personnel to determine an appropriate cause of action." Now, Suede Thompson, who has wrestled frequently in Southern California, notably for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Ground Zero, and AWS, was accused of abuse by Sandra Moon, another independent wrestler who's made several Southern California appearances as well. She posted on Twitter that she was approached by Suede Thompson when she was 17 years old to be her mentor and train her. He then began offering gifts, assisting her with getting bookings and taking her on road trips. She went on to state that Thompson's attempt to turn their friendship into an intimate relationship and began to make sexual advances and sent nudes. Moon stated that he would harass me when I would talk to my friends or train without him. I was scared to train, hoping he would not be there. Former independent wrestler Ali Parker responded that she, quote, had been telling people for years about him and that she was scared for her life at one point, but no one would listen. SoCalUncensored.com has been told numerous stories of Suede Thompson over the years as well, but no one was willing to go on the record. That is until now. Suede Thompson has deleted all of his social media and issued no comments. There's been others, most notably 2019 Southern California Women's Wrestler of the Year, Heather Monroe. We will give you her story as well, and a whole lot more, including those statements from various wrestling promotions. This is a big story. We will continue to follow it on the Wrestle Anime Hut, on Spreaker, and right here on L2C Sports Final. So, wow. And if you or someone you know needs help, the number for the National Sexual Assault Hotline is 800-656-4673. That number again is 800-656-4673. You can, as I say, remain anonymous. Wow. And this is just a little soup song of what we have for you. Tomorrow we'll give you the Twitters and everything else, not only on Wrestle Anime Hut, but also on Sports Final. That's tomorrow on Spreaker, Wrestle Anime Hut, and right here live on our YouTube channel. This is definitely madness indeed. We continue on with our little shows. I'm going to check the time that we have with you folks, 36:16. Okay, and it's 12:50, so we are getting close to au revoir. So let's get into our scoreboard. Right. We got a scoreboard for you, and we do so with respect, humbly, as we say in the business. We humbly give our respect. Anyway, wow. Got to keep asking yourself, what's next? Anyway, we got some scores for you. Why don't we just give brief scores, because this one may go a little long here. We got baseball, we got a little basketball, and we got in but a few momentitos. Okay, excuse me. It's been a rough day, folks. Rough day. If you're wondering why we were on a little late, we had a little tech issue with a frozen computer on tonight's recording of the Last Call Cafe on Spreaker, but we did it. It was pretty good. Anyway, let's give you some of the scores from last night in the East Coast, tonight still on the West Coast. In the Premier League, it was Southampton over Norwich 3-1. Manchester United and Tottenham tied at 1. In La Liga in Español, or Spain, Villarreal over Granada CF 1-0. Leganés and Mallorca tied at 1. Seville and Barcelona ended up in a goose egg tie. In the Vysshaya League in Belarus, it was Slava Moser against Smolovici. Slava Moser on top, 2-1 over Smolovici. Niemann over Slutsk, 1-0. In Belarus, hey, up. In the Vysshaya League Reserve, it was Brest the sequel 4-1 winner over FK Gorodega, the sequel. Islak 2, or is this Islak the sequel, over Zodino, the sequel, 2-1. Dynamo Minsk, the sequel, Mollywopped Energetic BGU, the sequel, 4-0. In Hungary, at the OTP Bank Liga, it was Zala Egerszi beaten Honved 2-0. In Poland, the regulation group of Ekstraklasa, Zaglabi defeated LKS Lodz 1-0. Gornik over Corona Kielce 3-2. In the club friendly, and this is fun. Let's go to it. NK Krivzed and Bjovar tied at 2. Kongsvinger over Yul Kiza 1-0. Asan over Oigarden 2-1. Ziln B over Vestin 4-1. Odra Petrovic beat Duhai Benzov 1-0. Dvor Kralov defeated Nachoid 2-1 after penalties. It was 1-1 after regulation. Unikov blanked Sumperk 4-0. Holson over blanked Frederick Mistek 4-0. Hodonin over Kromertz 3-1. And Bin Tuan over Kong Tum 4-3. In basketball, Germany BBL playoffs, it was Bayern over Ludwigsburg 74-73. Ulm over Frankfurt 96-69. A very workable number. Ding the bell. Thank you. Spain ACB final stage. Baskonia over Tenerife 79-72. Barcelona defeated Unicaja 84-73. And in overtime, Hovunt Badalona over Bilbao 86-79. I think we. Oh yeah, thank you. Spain. Oh, we did both Spain and Germany. Okay. Taiwan women's basketball playoffs, the WSBL. Shuanghua Telcom over Tai Power 52-43. Cathay Life over Taiwan 87-44. And the Turkmenistan NBLT Holdemeo CSKA Siska over Balkan 68-65. In Japan, the NPB season, Fukuoka Silverhawks over the Shibalati Marins 2-1. Final score 2-7-0 for the Hawks, 1-7-0 for the Marins. Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Oric Buffaloes 9-1, 9-12-1 Eagles, 1-1 Buffaloes. Seibu Lions over the Nippon Ham Fighters 3-0, 3-4-0 for the Lions, 0-2-0 for the Ham Fighters. Shunichi Dragons over the Yakut Swallows 9-7, 9-18-1 Dragons, 7-17-1 Swallows. Hiroshima Carp over the Yokohama Bay Stars 5-1, 5-11-0 Carp, 1-4-0 Bay Stars. Yomiuri Giants beat the Hanshin Tigers 3-2, 3-8-0 for the Giants, 2-7-0 for the Tigers. In the Czech Republic, baseball Extraliga, the Kotlarka Prague and Blansko game was postponed, as was Ostrava and Sabat Prague. The only game in existence, Draki Bruno over Eagles Prague 2-1, 2-6-0 BRNO, and for Prague 1-5-4. In South Korea, the KBO, or as we like to call it, with heart, soul, and mind, the Korean broadcast. Korean Baseball Organization. Kia Tigers over Samsung Lions 5-4, 5-11-0 Tigers, 4-7-3 Lions. The Kiwon Heroes over the SK Wyverns 2-1, 2-5-0 Heroes, 1-8-0 Wyverns. In extra innings, to be exact, the 10th, KT Wiz Swan came back from behind to beat the Lotte Giants 9-8, 9-15-1 Swan, 8-14-0 Giants. Doosan Bears decimated the LG Twins 18-10, 18-20-1 for the Bears, 10-15-2 for the Twins. And the NC Dino defeated the Hanwha Eagles 3-1, 3-7-0 for the Dinos, 1-4-0 for the Eagles. In Taiwan, the CPBL first stage action, China Trust Brothers over the Rakuten Monkeys 7-4, 7-9-1 Brothers, 4-8-0 Monkeys. Fubon Guardians over the Uni Lions 6-5, 6-15-0 Guardians, 5-12-0 Lions. The CPBL minor league action in Taiwan had the Rakuten Monkeys, the sequel, wipe out the China Trust Brothers, the sequel, 21-12, 21-26-0 Monkeys, the sequel, 12-11-0 Brothers, the sequel. And that is good enough for me. I will tell you why shortly. But right now, let's get to little esports, shall we? And then we'll go for some shout outs and we will say our bon voyages for tonight. Okay. Okay, as it pops up, we going to exist. Okay, here we go. The Counter-Strike Blast Premier Spring Europe Loser Stage. Navi over G2 Esports 2-1. Team Vitality over Ninjas in Pajamas 2-0. Counter-Strike Blast Premier Spring USA Winter Stage. MIBR got it over Evil Geniuses 2-1. Dota 2 Beyond Epic Europe. Flight to Moon over Alliance 2-0. OG over Team Unique 2-1. Nigma over B8 2-0. And Natus Vincere and Nigma have been canceled due to inclement weather or lack of interest. Dota 2 BTS Pro Series Season 2 USA. Evil Geniuses blank for Crazy 2-0. Quincy Crew blank Beast Coast 2-0. Quincy Crew defeated Plasma 2-0. Business Associates defeated Plasma 2-0. Dota 2 BTS Pro Series Season 2 Southeastern Asia Loser Stage. Fnatic over Neon Esports 2-0. And in a match that continues, Boom Esports over Fnatic 1-0. Dota 2 BTS Pro Series Season 2 Southeast Asian Winter Stage. Geek Fam defeated Boom Esports 2-1. League of Legends Champions Korea's South Korea Division. Damwon Gaming over Sandbox Gaming 2-0. Dragon X over Gen G 2-1. League of Legends Championship Series in North America, Counterlogic Gaming over Golden Guardians 1-0. Team Solomid over Immortals 1-0. League of Legends European Championship Europe, Rogue defeated Vitality 1-0. SK Gaming defeated the Misfits 1-0. G2 Sports Esports over Schalke 4 1-0. Origin over Excel Esports. Let's see. League of Legends LOL Pro League China. E-Star League of Legends defeated LNG Esports 2-0. Fun plus Phoenix defeated Team Wii 2-1. League of Legends Oceanic Pro League Australia. LG Dire Wolves over Gravitas 1-0. Chiefs Export Esports Club over Mammoth 1-0. Legacy Esports over Pentanet .gg 1-0. And Avant Gaming over Order 1-0. That is what they wrote for the E-Games. Okay, we got one more very brave, very nubile, very strange showgram. So let's just post it up. I forgot to post it, but everybody now knows we are on the air. Okay, we say hello to Brenda. Yeah, Brenda Gaminsky. Hello, Stephen Michael Gaminsky. Hello, Uncle Mike. Hello. God, help me. Yeah, let's see. Oh, God. I forget so much. Yeah, let's see. Angel Peterson, Christina Peterson, Anne-Marie Mann, Yuki Tanaka, Jay the Brain Man, Matthew Nichols, Jerry Nichols, Nancy Nichols, Casey Ann, oh, God. Casey Ann, Samantha Phillips, Samantha O'Neill, Monica Cram, Gary Cram. We say hello to Crystal Hart. Well, with time running out on us, we'll just say hi to everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Wish we could name names, but our time very much an escortness. So we want to say a great thank you to all of you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night at around, I'm going to say 11:40 will be our next edition of the L2C Sports Final. We will have more on the big bombshell that has literally stunned the wrestling world. And we'll give you all the deets and the responses and everything else on tomorrow's show. We'll also have some of the replies and responses as well on Jay the Brain Man Presents Wrestle Anime Hut, starring Jay the Brain Man and yours truly, Steve Baxley. But for right now, we'll see you tomorrow night. No matter your favorite sport, may your favorite team always come out winners. Good night, America, and be safe no matter who you are, no matter who or where you are. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. This has been a Mystifying Creativity production in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. For everyone here on L2C Sports and the Sports Final, have a great night and a great morning.